Good morning. My name is Mark Zuckerman. I'm the president of the Century Foundation. I want to welcome Secretary John King. And I just want to say something about Secretary King. We know where his head and his heart is on the issue of school diversity. And I just want to, on behalf of the Century Foundation, Mr. Secretary, thank you for all your commitment and your work on this issue. It is really making a difference locally, so thank you. I want to thank two of the Century staff that helped put this conference together, Alex Kiselewski and Lucy Muirhead. Let's give them a hand. I want to impose on you all for 1 second to acknowledge a couple of good friends who were my colleagues on Capitol Hill. Alex Knock, who is the Deputy Staff Director of the Education Labor Committee. And also Michael Zola, who is Deputy Staff Director and also the Chief Investigator for the Education Labor Committee, both experts on education. Thank you for coming today. For those of you who are not familiar with the Century Foundation, we've been in business 97 years. We were started by this fellow called Ed Filene, who started Filene's Basement. Unfortunately, the basement's not here anymore, but we're still here. And we're working on really compelling public policy issues in the education space. We're working on K through 12 and the challenge of integration. We're working on college completion. We're working on fraud and abuse for-profit colleges, and I urge you to go to tcf.org and sign up for our newsletter. We've put out 45 compelling reports this year, and I know you're going to enjoy it. I want to say one thing quickly about the issue of school diversity. It is a political issue, and it is a policy issue, but it also is a personal issue. It's about whether our kids are going to go to school together. It's about whether we have shared experiences, about whether we're going to be friends, whether we're going to have integrated communities where we learn from each other. In the end, this is about whether we can overcome original sin, whether we can address the issue of school diversity and reach the potential that we want all our young children to have. And that's what we've been working on at the Century Foundation. And I'm so proud of the team that we have. Kimberly and Rick Kallenberg and Haley Potter have been working very hard on this issue. Rick Kallenberg in particular has been working on this issue for 20 years. When it's been popular, not popular, popular, it doesn't matter. He keeps going and keeps working hard on this issue. And I just want to say that the Atlantic magazine recently wrote about Rick, said, thanks to the work by Nicole Hannah-Jones, Rick Kallenberg, and other school integration, that school integration is being debated publicly in a way that it hasn't been debated in 40 years. And that's because of work that Rick Kallenberg and others are doing. So I want to bring him up to introduce the Secretary. Thank you very much for coming.